let's do the quick sound check and, well, everything that we usually do. Back for the painting, this layer is pretty much dry, and I'm ready to work on top of it now. Let me just connect to the chat. We'll connect to Wi-Fi. Come on, work. Okay, it shows me that it's connected. It's quite windy today, but the sun is hiding now, so that is promising. Okay, it shows me I'm live now. Hello, folks. Good to see you. Okay, let me just adjust the camera a little bit. And adjust the music. Doing well. How are you doing, guys? Okay, I see it's working. All right, let's do the setup. So I have my paints here. Keep the chat. A lot of napkins. Some of the left. Can you hear can you hear my voice, guys? Please, that is quite important. So you're gonna let me know if you can hear me properly. Not gonna need those brushes. Let's just pick the ones that I'm gonna need. Maybe this one. So today I'm gonna work. You can hear me. Okay, that's great. Well, the rest of the brushes I'll keep down here. I don't need big brushes anymore, at least for now. So it's pretty much gonna be more meticulous, detailed work from this point. Peter Young can melt in wait. Okay, guys, please don't spam. Let's keep chat clean. Nice, safe space. This one is, by the way, completely dry. So, yeah, it's like I'm easily moving it around. All good. Still working on the process of online shop and prints. Still setting it up. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling great. I'm taking small brushes. So check this out. I use this brush for most of the facial uh, first layer, and this brush is quite good. It actually creates very nice transitions, and um, with the right strokes can create like the effect of the vein and some crinkles. I'm gonna use this one. This is tiny one, and I'm very excited to see um, how it works. This one is just in case. I mean, if I need it. I'm pretty much thinking to use this too, mostly. All right. Wet napkins. Keep it open. And dry ones as well. one thing I need to get is the liquid to clean brushes. Well, this one's clean because I haven't used it. I mean, I always use wet wipes to clean afterwards before the paint dries, so it keeps it okay. But you see, it's still the oil paintings are very strong pigment. It's very oily, so it's clean enough. But I will need to use specific liquids to clean up my brushes. That is also affecting the painting. You know, if they become too dirty, it's just can ruin certain places, and it's kind of like that's why it's better to keep them clean. You got skills. Thank you. Hey, well, hello. Right, this one's clean. You got this one. Yeah, they have a little bit of well dust on it, but not the end of the world. Here we go. All right, so let's get the reference. I have reference pictures here. Let me show you. This side got damaged because of the wet wipes, but again, it's not the end of the world. It's the black background, anyways. So this is the I have a black and white reference too, but I prefer to use original. Also, good training from getting from colors to black and white. It's quite a good training, guys. Uh, so this is Paul Reed, by the way. That's a real person. He's uh, well-known and well-respected MMA fighter. He's known for starting his career later in his life at mid-30s and finished his career when he was 50, exactly, with the victory in like the last victory of his career. And well, that's going to be a gift. That is a gift for him, the original painting. However, the print's going to be available for sale. Um, but yeah, so now it's again, let me just go through what I already did. All of this is considered to be the first base layer. There's some gaps I left here you might not see, but there's like an empty canvas because I'm gonna work on hairs and it's create that nice volume. It's a little bit more pale, even though it already looks like a sculpture. It's quite pale and not as detailed, so we're gonna even out and smooth out a lot of stuff. I like to start from the face. I always do. I always like capture the face, this part first, and we're gonna go on the body. And at this point, it's gonna be more gradual work, so there's no point to rush it. So from this point, it might take the progress might slow down a little bit because I want to really make it look good. So here we go. Do you have any single friend who are emotional, intelligent, and understanding as you are? I have both type of friends. I have few female friends. There are two categories. All of them are good at heart, but some of them functional, and all of them are married, actually. And there's some they're a little bit damaged, and trust me, they're struggling. Um, so it's all at the end of the day, it's all about finding peace, figuring it out, understanding how things work. Habib next. Well, at some point, but I'm gonna like this is collaboration, Paul Reed, and I'm also painting it for many reasons. First of all, I'm very inspired by him, but the second reason is I I commented and yeah, I wrote a comment in one of his videos, and I followed, subscribed him at some point on Instagram. I was like, "You're very inspirational," because he is. He's like one of the. He gives us hope for, starting career in the combat sports later in the life and actually be successful. And he actually followed me back and also like reach out, and we would like respond on each other's stories and just talk a little bit. And So I had a chance to talk to him directly, and we're staying in touch. So essentially, I offered the collaboration. Like, what if I paint you? I would love to do that, and just send it as a gift and do like a little collaboration out of it. And he said like he would love to. So here we are. The body is not as detailed as the face. Well, you're absolutely correct because that's just the base layer. You don't need to paint. You're already a masterpiece. Um, Nothing personal, guys, but those kind of comments are not a compliment. Like, genuinely, you can compliment someone's appearance, but don't tell them to. Oh, you don't need to do that. It's kind of like, like whatever you do. Appearance fades, looks fade. What you create. This, if I paint enough and if I, just have it, like that's gonna live probably even longer after I'm gone. So yeah, I'm not stopping painting. And guys, let's not. I'm just giving you a little advice on the compliments because someone said like before that someone else said I'm very impressed, but not with the painting. So that was about like this. Okay, good. It's not a problem. You might also not like my art. That is also fine. But when you try to do say good, but you kind of do opposite, um, that's not very good for you. It's quite windy. Okay, make sure that's not too strong. All right. Be the change you want to see in the world. Well, Navan, that's a good way to put it. All right. So what do we have here? Starting from the face. I'm gonna take this brush. I already have paints ready from previous. Oh, first, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start from the face, and then I'm gonna work on hair. It might not happen all straight away. Identifying how dark those shadows is. So now we can compare from with a black background, and comparing to that, we can see the depth of the shadows on the face. Don't If you're painting in similar style, I would suggest not to go too dark. You can apply some darker parts, but just be careful with it. Be careful with it because you can always make it darker, but if you go too dark, that might create some issues. The prominent shadow will have to mix up with the lighter shadow. gonna need a lot of cleaning up here. So like after I apply the stroke, I put it, clean it up straight away, pretty much because we need to keep those areas clean and make sure I apply the right details. The reason I'm standing up is because it's actually reflecting from the table. So sometimes you gotta change the direction because like actually I'm here unless I stand up. The light is not the best. So I don't want it to be reflected. I want to be able to see. So yeah, for now, I'm just gonna stand up like this. Yes, I'm married. Now playing with the details, the wrinkles, all of it, and identifying the right shapes. Any karaoke today? Yeah, actually, there is a karaoke today later, and also training live stream as well. So today I have quite a easy, easy day. Well, I have quite a shaky hand. Let me tell you that. So I'm holding it like this and then keeping my hand. One second. I'm keeping my hand strong so I can. Well, that I'm careful with the. Hmm? Okay, so one important thing that I will need to. Okay, so what is important here? It might look okay for you, but the thing is, I put this eye a little bit too low. Like it has to be somewhere up here. So I'm gonna reshape it. Go up there. I'm gonna lift the other line up. Yeah, that is. That identify where it is exactly. In this case, this side straight away. Hi, Matt. Good to see you. Set it like this. want to make it darker, but right now it's very important to keep it gradual so we don't ruin things and then we don't have to clean it up strictly. I have around 5 tattoos, I think. Okay, fold it up again. sculpting on the body because on the face, even though I'm kind of detailing, but I still move around some of the details here, guys, because again, for the right angle to put it in the right place, it has to be in the right place, right? So we need to tame down some shadows and some highlights here, for example. This. Because this eyebrow area, this part is very important to be accurately put in the proportion. We're shaping certain angles here, working it out. It's getting better. Well, hello. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Sorry, I cannot talk when I put such a precise detail, so it's quite important for me to be fully focused. Okay, let me just look at it from the side. Oh, what I don't want to happen is for this spot to be like the eyes to be too close. So again, here we still can make sure that both eyes are in the right distance from each other. Okay, it's quite an important part. So we also need to make sure the eyes, the right, both eyes are right size. Sometimes one needs to um, go around the reference. So even though I have a reference, but there's certain quality to it, right? So I need to make sure that I know the face, and sometimes I gotta improvise. Quite a sharp here. This. So see, this is like the section I'm working on. It's already, yeah, it's getting quite deep. The thing. Okay, finish it off. This is Paul Reed, guys. So now eyebrows is also very important to kind of put things in place so I can see exactly where the eyes have to be. Around shape here, like this. And here is a light border between the eyebrows and the highlight above the eyebrow. this part is kind of getting along. Again, it's quite a lot of very precise work here. Okay. Hello, paint boxer. Surprise! Yes, it looks like ancient Greek philosophers, but this is Paul Reed. I have it in the description. You can see his Instagram. It's an MMA fighter. Okay, like as I said, this part is very, very, very important because that's gonna shape his whole like look. So for the accuracy's sake, this is the part I started from. Now we can put some blacks here. It's very here we have hair a little bit lower too. This part is still going to work a little bit more on it. I think to shift the nose a little bit. That already looks interesting on the canvas. smooth the transition here. So let's smooth this line down a little bit. Nakadisist. Down. Let's smooth out this transition here. So that's gonna give the nose. We don't have a solid. It looks like a solid shadow, but for more realistic effect, we need to smooth it out. We also have, even though the nose is quite prominent and light, we have the intermediate skin tone, and then we have highlights, and this is all being created with those right shades. Call it like that, right? And now we have to smooth it out, right? So we just take this. In the end, we can always add more highlights. No problems. Well, hello, hello. I'm gonna pause a little bit after I'm done with a few more details. Strong wind. now these shadows are very important where they're going to be, where they transit, how dark they are to shape your nose in this case. Okay, I'm going to take a pause. It looks actually quite cool, you think? Already gradually getting there. I would say smoothing out those shadows are the most important part for to achieve that realistic effect of the marble paint. Good morning. Let's water. Well, yes, you're right. It needs more details and definition and depth, but that's how we achieve it. We just gradually apply layer after layer, and we're gonna darken the dark parts. We do transition. We just put it all in place. It's quite a meticulous process here. Even those little highlights create that effect. It requires quite a patient work, guys. Don't rush, layer after layer. Find the general tone, make it lighter if we need to. Nice paintings, thank you. Okay, this is quite a dark part too. Dark part would be just gonna create a little bit of contrast, so it's visible, and then let's work through the details of the beard strokes. You see, it all of a sudden creates contrast. A lot of times, it's not the shape that is wrong or anything like that. It just takes more, it needs more contrast, more. That's why it's better not to rush with it. Don't rush paintings. Learn how to have that patience to work with them. I'm also adding up layers, so I'm not just trying to blend in the base layer. I'm applying the painting on the top. The paint, I mean. That's um, that's one of the reasons I let this first layer dry out more, so I could work more accurately. I miss Bob Ross and his Happy Trees. Rest in peace, Bob. Oh yeah, he was brilliant. Bob Ross was brilliant. Okay, this line, that around the nostril, that shadow is quite intense. Again, the shape of it is important because it literally creates the shape of the nose here. This is soft. Hard. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. The most interesting part is those middle shadows that create that good transition and the roundiness in the face. So when you have, like, let's say contrast darker and lighter, shouldn't be flat, right? So to create that more marble effect, there's so many middle tones in between, guys. See, some middle shadows, like reflection. All of a sudden, it creates more. um, Let's try to work around this part before we go to the eyeshadows. So the eyebrow shadows. Again, applying without hesitation, applying more layers of paint. Paint. Apply. Okay. In this areas, we have like a very interesting middle tone, so it's not the widest part. This needs to be tamed down a little bit. Here we have lights. The lighter part. This is quite, we need to tame this one down as well. More layers of white paint, so it blends in, it creates an extra layer, so we don't have like a graininess here. Well, I have a microphone, but again, it might not be the best. Let me just reconnect it. Maybe it's just the thing. All right, let's try again. And this is epic. Is the details of the face beard reminds me of my favorite wrestler Scott's Stainer. Well, that's Paul Reed, by the way. I look shoulder dimensions too. The crown looks good on the other painting too. Yeah, thank you. I mean, just just working on it. That was the comments from Kick, so that's cool. I think I'm gonna keep doing reference like this. It's like good because I hold the wet wipe and the thing in the same hand. It's not gonna it's gonna be fine, but yeah, it's gonna so I don't have to print out the next the new one. I have to keep it be careful with it, so I'll just put it away like this. This part is also a little bit darker. The eyebrows I'm not I haven't worked yet. But the eyebrows gonna kind of bring it all together. Gonna be very interesting effect. Now we apply the second layer. We blend in. Basically, we take a little bit of black, a little bit of white, in some parts only white where it's lighter, and then we just add up the layers. So there is no graininess. We want to even out the whole texture. Round it up. Every transition has to be circling. Oh, how to say that? Like so, it creates like a rounding effect. So our faces, we don't have sharp ends mostly, unless there is a strong shadow coming up. It's all about having a to round it up. So in some parts here, I'm just getting out of layers first. Then I'm going to start working upon this layer to identify the right zone. So from straight away, I can just add a little bit of gray here. See? Just evens, gets evened out quite well. Just like this. I'm painting Paul Reed. Looks like a marble sculpture. Well, thank you. That's the effect I'm trying to achieve. Spike windy. Okay, when it comes to eyebrows, it's a very interesting way to put it. So the safest way is apply another layer and kind of shape it as like it would be a sculpture, right? So I identify the direction with like sideways. So it's more of a solid background, or lighter like this. In the reference, there's no, because of the shadows and light, there's no like a clear difference. So just gonna use the shadows to apply where it's supposed to be. And now I'm just gonna start. It's really coming along. Thank you. It's gradual work, guys. Clean. Okay. I think I'm gonna start using the smaller brush here. I'm just gonna use. Improvising a little bit too because, well, again, in this reference, I cannot clearly see how it's going to strokes, but I know that eyebrows like takes you gotta go horizontal and mix between darker and lighter strokes, and it's gonna start coming all together. So it's safer to apply lighters first. Yes. Okay. Now we can go darker strokes. A little bit of shadow here. Okay, and more lights again on the top. also do like gray, generic gray, darker, like a gray like shadow. Yes. Darker. And little magic trick. So I'm gonna take another brush. Go. I'm gonna apply that light part, like there is literally a highlight above the, so there is no clean border. There's, I mean, there is a clean border, right? Clean it up. Something like this. Hello, guys. See you. Oh, let's make here a little even darker. Okay, let's see. A little bit came down. I'm going to add more strokes. So the shape of the eyebrow is very important where it goes. So it needs to be as close as to the reference as possible. Okay, putting away this little one for a while and getting back to this one. So we need to again even it out even more. I don't like how it's like it's too spotty. Thank you guys. Now I'm applying like a what do you call that middle tones. So it creates a nice and smooth transition between highlights and lighter spots and just the way it's supposed to be here. I'm still, as you can see, not going too dark. It's very important to keep that. Just be careful, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to put in place the another eyebrow. So, taking the small brush again. Yeah, we have we're preparing the online shop where the some goods, including the prints, going to be available too. We got I'll pin this one. You can check the website. 1 second. Yeah, you can check it out. Okay. And gradually, I'm also evening out this part. So we still have some stuff going on, but this the forehead part is quite important to get into right place. Like this. Exactly, we're going down here. It's gonna be possible to buy prints as well, so just stay around and once we launch it, you will know about it. Bigger brush. So here we need to put down the hairline a little bit so it lays all correctly. So taking the again, we're applying the new layer, right? So this, let me see it. Down, it's down here. It's also kind of like a shadow here. So we have a hair, but we have the shadow as well. Okay, well, hair part we're gonna continue a little bit later, gradually as well, because the hair part's gonna put things together. I can do partially here, just to bring the things together. But again, there's still nose left, some other stuff, so there's no need to rush it. Thank you for subscription. Take a section of the mustache part, and we're already gonna start just to work a little bit on it. Start applying the layers, or the solid layers, solid shadows, and then I can work on it approximately goes like this. lighter part, so we kind of try to already emphasize it. Like this. As you can see, I am applying solid shadows, okay, as the extra layer, so I can work upon it. Because if I just blend it in, it's gonna be grainy like this, and I don't want it. I want to apply enough paint so it gets as smooth as possible. Already putting the shadows. It needs to be the lighter parts also as a layer. Okay, blend in a little bit. So we have lighter parts. We keep it as light as possible. Okay. There's no point going further than that. Mouse part is quite dark here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's really coming along.
It's already two. It's really reflecting. It's an amazing art. Thank you. Julian Anderson. Well, that's Paul Reed. Uh, and yeah, you can look him up. He's a pioneer. He was a pioneer MMA fighter. He's known for starting his career quite late in his life and finishing it late too. And he's a very inspirational figure in MMA. Continue applying the layers and the generic shadows here. Gradually shaping the mustache area.
Should I give them a close up?
Yeah, sure. Well, gradually getting there. Nice little tone here. It's not as dark as this part, but it's not as light either.
The chat is asking, how long have you been painting for?
Generally, I think I've been practicing it since I was a kid, but I had like an on and off periods with painting. Like I have not done black and white oil paintings ever. Those are my first pieces, and last time I did like a good solid like a few paintings a year was when I was 15 in the middle school. So yeah, guys, it's quite of. But I've been kind of talented, like always, with this, with paintings and stuff. So I think no matter how long I have a break, when I get back to it, I usually create something better. Now I'm shaping here gradually, but it's still not the whole thing because then we have some lighter hair, darker hairs mixed in. This is how hair works, right? So here I'm just gonna keep doing like the way I'm doing right now, working in the same style. So I'm gonna do gradually generic shapes and contrasts, and then I'll do work a little bit upon it as well. I already do that a little bit, but not too much. And some people were asking about the depth, but gradually, like I can always apply the darkest part in the end and just make it more solid. It's better to apply neutral tones and neutral shades first. Be very precise in that kind of work. Here I'm gonna just take the well, again, sticking to this part because I can go all over and but here first we need to apply the base layer. So sorry, the upon the base layer we need to apply generic layer and then start carving on it. So there are no gaps like left from the first layer. That's basically it's a work that should not be rushed. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Regarding commissions, guys, you gotta. I mean, it's possible to negotiate. If you like my style, like black and white, some sharp characters like this, then yeah, that's kind of work. But don't try to commission me for example, the nature because I haven't done nature in even longer. Like I'm not really fond of it. At some point, I might try to do something because I'm open to experiment. But again, commissions ideally should be within my style. Like this kind of style, no problem. Okay, now I'm gonna identify this border. And I think I'm just gonna start filling that the background that I left. Or did I left? Okay. So here I'm leaving this part, and there's going to be some more details, but you see, kind of covered the border. It already looks more like hair texture. Gradually, if you apply too much black, then it might be a little bit of issue to fix it, right? So, so now what I'm gonna do in this part, let's apply more white and or neutral gray. Still using the right strokes. I'm just gonna clean the brush. The layer, those grains. Okay. Here I just apply generic layer toward the hair. Any questions in the chat? Okay. Let's take this section now. And because there's going to be a lot of light, instead of darker strokes like black, I'm just going to go like in neutral gray strokes. To here was going to have darker, so we just going to apply it straight away. see how the neutral strokes with the neutral tone start shaping things, right? This technique speeds it up instead of going over details straight away. We're gonna make more and more precise details on the top layer. So this way to put it, meaning using those very neutral tone strokes is way easier and it speeds up the process as well. So you see, even without me doing much here now, it's already getting that shape. She's a warrior painter. Yes, yes. A big shadow. Again, we're gonna put it carefully. You can make it darker if you need to. Again, make sure that you apply that covering layer first, because then with that paint, it'll be easier to blend it in without having any gaps from the first layer. How do you like it?
It looks amazing.
It's already coming along,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah, yeah.
Go. Go a little darker here, safely. We're gonna have an interesting blend between the shadow and the bottom of the beard. That's gonna be very smooth transition, not very visible, but still it's gonna identify. You're gonna be able to identify the shape. Now we're adding more precise lines here, because even though again it's a lighter part, we need to tame it down as much as we can, and using by thick and thin strokes and the gray. even though we do like a generic strokes in the certain directions and a lot of hairs that's gonna come on the top gonna be very like, more chaotic and curly effect. It's still good to direct to create that hair like a beard effect, directing it generally same direction like this. Smaller hairs doesn't feel like it's just a one long stroke. Some places I just apply straight away a little bit darker tone because I know that there is a shadow and to blend it in later using same technique. You see, all of a sudden clicks that looks cool in the video, huh?
Hmm.
A lot of people think it's like a Greco Roman, like Socrates or Aristotle. Looks like one actually.
Yeah.
Applying again, very tone layer upon so we can continue working a beard. It actual progress is quite fast on the beard, so it makes sense to kind of close this section with including the transition between the cheekbones and the beard there. So I'm just gonna even it out here. The lighter spots, I'm just gonna apply wider paint. Lighter spots, but there are also some places gonna continue down. It's about just create that layer that is hiding the grain, fully covering it. Then I can play with the directions and strokes. No, I'm married. My husband is literally here, sitting, hanging out with me. Wind. Corey is an MMA pioneer, known for starting his career later in his life, and he's quite famous for that. Very inspirational figure in MMA. So you can check him out. I have the Instagram, his Instagram link in the description of this live stream. I'll continue. So we have some of the darker, shadowy spots here. So we just need to keep cutting it out. And blend it in, make it as neutral. When is karaoke? Later today. It looks cool in the video, huh?
Looks great.
It's all about to create the illusion. It doesn't matter how you do that. To create that effect that makes you feel that it's like a marble statue, then it works. Okay, it's kind of laying out interesting. So here, it's very nice, smooth transition here. So it's almost invisible, feels like. The visible, how to achieve that effect that there's no clear border, but there is this transition, is those little hairs. So we're gonna create a difference in the texture. The skin is smooth and nice, and the beard is hairy, right? So at some point it has to start getting more green, like very, very gradual transition. It already, creates that effect. Now some strokes I do like against the grain, so it's just to create the chaotic effect of the beard, more shorter hairs and it just goes different directions. So now we're gonna shorten all the hairs. The, on the top, the effect will be shorter, 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 little short hairs on the top. And if I need to apply more shadows, that is also not a problem because technique. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Sorry, cannot talk to all of you right now. My neck hurts. Oh, oh.
The beard is looking really good.
It's the effect of 1,000 strokes. Even that is not done. I mean, it's gonna be. I will have to look at the top layer too. Assume it's gonna be maybe a couple more layers here.
You want to bring the cable for this?
Huh?
I'm asking.
Well, I forgot the charger at the Red Buffalo, but Billy found it and hid it for me. So I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll look on to get another charger. Okay, I'm gonna unplug the mic.
Okay.
Plug So if you want to say something now, it's better to turn towards the camera.
Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. I think my other phone died.
Yeah.
Okay, little pause. My neck hurts so much right now. It's that's sometimes what happens to you when you paint. Like you can just get carried away so much, and then you don't notice how you start struggling. My neck. Okay, so what do we have here? Let me look at the chat. Thank you guys. Appreciate you being here. This is an insane talents. It's a skill set, and some of it was acquired, some of it was natural. When it comes to painting, I always been natural, but it doesn't matter that practice doesn't help. It really does. Ooh, my neck. Damn. I think I'm gonna have to pause it, like really pause it, because I think uh my my vertebrae are. Anyways, yeah, my right arm is hurting and my neck is hurting. So to avoid any complications, since I'm also planning to do training later, I'm just gonna keep that way, just straight up with a straight posture and look at the. Well, even in the video, I like how it's getting. I really do. It's a very interesting effect. Thank you. I have Vietnamese. Uh, there is a place called Blind Massage. Those people are real blind, and they have the best massage. And also, my husband helps me with that too. Well, what do you think? It definitely is changing the details. It's coming along. I like the strokes. I like the effect. I like this painting, but obviously bigger and more zoomed in. This is way smoother. So the work here, it's way more grainy. But with this painting, it works that way. I like that it's grainy, that it's like you come closer, you see those grains and very chaotic. Um, some of the parts are very chaotic strokes. But then you walk away and it's fully true looking to your soul. Well, this one is more marble-like. Someone I think said that in the chat. We're using your chakra like Sakura in Naruto. Yeah, I mean, except healing, it's painting. Oh, it's coming along really great. Oh, let me show you it closer. A lot of work to do still, and a lot of layers to apply, but it's gonna be really, really good. Here we go. Multi-talented. Thank you. Always been a curious kid, so this is how I ended up to know some things. What is the style called? Is new. I don't know. I'm not really uh, that educated academically, so a lot of lessons that was like theory I skipped at my art school. It's just all about the effect to me. Like this, I wanted to be more marble-like, more like the better transitions. Layers are more precise, more accurate, detailized, and yeah, just gonna keep going that way. Maybe even more realism, like a realistic. This one is great. I think it's also quite realistic, but the technique itself is not um, the ones that is used for the hyperrealism, for example. You want to have a smoother transition and strokes when you do something that you want depicted as more realistic. I'm also like back to the practice. I'm challenging myself with different styles, and right now it's black and white, but I like black and white. I'm probably gonna create a lot of pieces in like black and white paints, but I'll definitely gonna challenge myself to other stuff as well. The way so you can see the painting and I don't cover it with my phone. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, the fact that I'm doing the weird movement with my neck just because I'm stretching it. I think I got my nerve pinched. And that can happen. Yeah, that can happen when you paint in the same position, all concentrated, tied up in the one position for hours. You're going to auction this once you're done. This one's going for auction. This one gonna go to Paul Reed. That's the gift. But the print's also going to be available. So there's going to be limited edition prints, which will be a fraction of the price, and it's going to be printed on a high quality camera as well, and even available in original sites as well. But obviously, it will be a print. So some other people, like more people than one person, will be able to have these pieces one way or another. Just trying to relax my neck. Very nice work. Thank you. Okay, I see one thing, and I just want to. This is too a little bit like a stain, so I just want to even it out a little bit. Oh, my neck's gonna suffer inevitably, but well, I'm gonna continue working on it tomorrow, so it's not gonna dry out by that time, which is good. So I'm gonna be able to blend in some of the work better on details. Holy hell, you're talented. Thank you. It's also skilled. I guess talent is good, but without learning some sort of skill, the basics, it's hard to use your talent, you know? Yeah, I noticed the part too. Well, again, it's the matter. Also, again, it's good that it's like there are a lot of hair strokes, but in some places it needs to be taken down and left as the generic shadow. So again, I'll do that. Good that oil paints don't dry up quickly. So by the time I do it tomorrow, it's all still gonna be wet. So I'm gonna be able to keep working on it. I see you're doing this over the past few days. Is this finished now? No, it's not nowhere near to be finished. It's it's gonna be detailized. So we look, something sticks to the painting, so gotta be careful with that. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Well, I mean it's almost 3 o'clock. Good. Well, I'm thinking to. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I would love to stay longer, but my neck is hurting. I need to stretch it out, make sure that it doesn't get worse. So yeah, feel free to ask a few more questions. Someone says stand up. That's not the question. What's your plans for the afternoon? Probably take a little break. And again, if my neck doesn't get worse, which I really want to avoid, try to get some boxing training. And the later is karaoke, Monday karaoke. So I host karaoke nights 3 times per week, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays, basically in a row, every week. Hello, where are you from? I'm from Georgia, Tbilisi. Inspired me to draw Pikachu. Oh, cool. You gotta draw whatever, you know? There is no limitations of what you can draw or paint. California. Here is Germany. Okay, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Quite an international crowd. I like though how it's coming together. I really do. Speaking of the background, by the way, it's not the last layer of black. So to make it more solid, once I'm done, I'm gonna at least apply one more layer of the black color right on the background, so it doesn't reflect much. There's still some gaps. I mean, it's not visible, but if you apply the light from the background, you'll see some gaps, and that's quite natural for the base layer. That's why when we put details, I'm not just blending it in. So the first layer is dry. I have to put solid paint again to have a material to work with, and then I can carve the details. Especially when it's black and white, it's very simple. You know, we can blend it in, carve it, apply neutral. But the most important, it's like a layer upon, and that has to cover most of it. And then again, I probably gonna do more layers. To be honest, when I live in America, can you marry me? I'm not American. I cannot help you with that, and I'm already married. Impressive drawing. A beard looks very good. It was also a very simple technique. As I said, I applied generic, like with a marble. So I applied that piece, just neutral tones. Then I started using, pardon. Then I started using this specific brush, like this brush, with those small strokes and just blending it in, using neutral colors, not too dark, and gradually doing it upon and upon, identifying some lighter parts and shadow parts, and yeah, and even that is not the end product because here the beard is quite curly, so I will apply even more on the top later on, and even this part I'm gonna blend in some of the parts tomorrow. You're an artist, thank you. How long have you been painting? This is already, I can't tell you exactly hours, maybe 8 hours total, I think, not more than that at this point. I also had to let it dry a couple of days so that sometimes, like with this one, it didn't really matter. I would just like blend in the layers, and essentially that would create a grainy um, layer that covers the whole thing. But with this one, I had to, when I applied the first layer, I had to let it dry so I could apply the next layer. So basically, this part is second layer, and I'm going to do the same with the rest. When is your next art exhibition? I never had that art exhibition. I don't know. I don't have that many paintings. These are two that I've done here in Vietnam. And well, it's going to be available for auction, except this one. This is a gift to Paul Reed. But the print's going to be available, a limited edition. And that's going to be the first, like, that's going to be the way how you could purchase rather original or the print. Same with the following paintings. At some point, maybe I paint the series, like a few paints into the gallery, but that's nothing that is planned right at this point. But okay, guys, I really have to wrap it up now. I appreciate you watching. Again, progressing on those two. This one's already dried out, so we're just organizing the prints because first we're gonna launch the limited edition prints for the first blood. This paint is called First Blood, by the way, and then we're gonna figure out how to auction it. So people is gonna be available the original one for sale as well. With this one, I'm still in the progress. Keep working, very meticulous. Whatever time it's gonna take, probably take a couple more weeks if I work consistently, considering how realistic I want it to make. So basically, yeah, it's gonna take some time. But once it dried out and cured, it's gonna be sent to Paul Reed in the Scotland, Bristol. but the limited edition print for this one also going to be available on the quality canva with the same size. So you're going to be able to purchase that. When's my next live? Well, hopefully, if my neck is not too bad, I can do some boxing training, some rounds on the heavy bag today. Tomorrow, I think is a class, so I'm gonna join some boxing classes here and there. But I also just go and do some conditioning training, just to be conditioned. You know that you need to be able to throw a lot of punches, work out certain combos, just consistent work, right? So if again if my neck is not too bad, I do that. And also later is karaoke night. It's Monday, so a lot of people don't sing straight away. So I'll be able to sing quite a lot, and you can listen to that. How is your YouTube going? Your channel growing? It is growing. It really is growing, and I appreciate you guys. That's because of your help, and yeah, I'm just trying to show what I do, but I'm also a regular person like all of you, right? All of us, and I just want to show some things and prove to people that it's possible. It's possible to live on your terms, do good things, and create some stuff as well. I like teaching. I like explaining both, whether I do boxing or painting. Explain how I get there, and maybe that information is also useful. So I think with that vibe, with that attitude, people can get some value out of it, and they just that's how a channel is growing by attracting that organic good audience. Thank you for answering all the questions. I will come again when your live happens. Thank you. That's appreciated. Artist sick. Thank you. Are you multi talented? Um, takes a little bit of curiosity and commitment to get to a certain level, right? Take care. Bye bye. Take care. Well, guys, yeah, I'm wrapping it up too. So thank you very much. Have a good day and good night, depending where you're from. And I see you in the next one. Ciao.